All right, two questions from Emmanuel Sebastian again. Emmanuel, fire at home.
All right. Coach, we've been having players who wants to switch their nationality. I don't know. Do you have any updates? This is a question from Adedeji. Do you have any updates on Ovi Ejara? He plays in Reading in the Championship. Have you been in touch? And as well, Ademola Lukman as well.
Yeah. We are in touch. He's in our scouting program. We are seeing every weekend what they are doing. We have around 30, 35 players, and now I have to do a list already for the AFCON of 40 names, because the CAF was asking for that. So we have until the beginning of November now to put together this list of 40 players, and Lukman and Sharia, they of course they are part of it. And then it's competition. We have to watch what they are doing in the clubs. And the people who are doing very well in the clubs have always a chance to come into our team.
And finally, there's a report making the rounds, I think it's confirmed from the NFF, that Salisu Yusuf has returned to be back in your technical crew, Salisu Yusuf. So what do you make of his return, and how are you looking at him moving forward?
Yeah, Salisu was with us already the first 3 years. Then there was a little problem. He had to leave. He did a good job in his club then, and he knows very well football. He has experience like a coach. He's a coach with diplomas. He has done a good job also with the Chan team, going until the final in Morocco 3 years ago. So we worked all the time hand in hand. I know him very well. I'm all the time happy if the staff can be stronger. We also work like a team and like a family. So we had Yobo. We worked very well also with Yobo. Yobo put in his temperament, his knowledge of the high-level football, especially on the defensive positions. And he did also a good job. And I think he will still be here. So if the staff is becoming a little bit stronger, it's good for everybody.
All right, Coach, this one is coming from a comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. His name is Funnybone Official on Instagram. He said, at the last World Cup in Russia against Argentina, we needed a point to qualify to the next round. You had two defensive midfielders on the bench. You kept them on the bench. You did not bring them on, and we lost that game because you kept the entire player in the duration, and then we lost it due to tiredness and fatigue. And he said, Rohr, why?
Oh, it's coming back. It's in the past. It was in 2018, 3 years ago, and you are still speaking about this match. So we spoke already so much about it that I will do it again with pleasure for our funny comedian. So yes, I don't know if he has experience like a footballer or like a coach, but the players we had on the pitch, they did so well, and nobody wanted to go out. And we wanted to bring Alex Iwobi for Ahmed Musa, if I remember well. And then our people from the high said they're afraid of Ahmed Musa, don't sort him, he must, with his experience, stay. And it was perhaps right. But you can concede a goal, and it's perhaps not because you didn't change a player. You can concede a goal because there's Argentina in face of you, and they have also good players. And it's not a shame to concede a goal in the last minutes against Argentina, who tried, and to score the goal with a lucky shoot from far away. So that can happen. This is football. But I think now we look forward, We all the time try to change now. We have possibility to change 5 players. But when you change 5 players, your team is much more different from what you prepared from the starting 11.
True.
So there must be a reason to change so many players, or you do it when you lead to win some time, to interrupt the game, to bring the result home, like we say. But sometimes there's no reason to change. Why? Because everybody is doing well. To change only to say that we changed, that is not argument. So a changing of a player, replacement of a player, there must be a reason. You must bring more quality in the game, tactically or technically. It's depending of the result, if you have to score or to conserve a result. So there's so many discussions. But what happened in the last game, we changed. It's always the last games about what we are speaking, because we are in the actual preparation for the next games. We changed a little bit the team between the two games, and we won the second game. It was easier also because the pitch was much better in Cameroon, so you could play better football. Perhaps with the same players, we also could win the game. So there are other conditions, other circumstances, sometimes who can judge if it's good or not to change a player.
All right, this one is coming from Coach Ayere Sylvester. He said, good morning, Coach. Having watched a fair amount of Super Eagles games, it does look like the team mostly favors a patient build-up, even though individually we've got players with fast pace to burn. Is this a deliberate approach to the way opposition teams set up against the Super Eagles, or just one area we could be more proactive in our approach?
The approach is depending also of the quality of the pitch. When the pitch is dry, when the pitch is small, when the opponent is behind, not giving you any space, it's not easy to come through. So you need sometimes patience to play, to try to make them tired, to run, give the ball running right, left, and so that was the case sometimes against very defensive teams. What happened in the last game, that we could score in the middle of the first half already, and so on. It's easier when you score the first goal because they have to come a little bit and you have more space to play football. And when you score a second goal, it's even not easy, but much better to play your football. When a team is against Nigeria and 0-0, they don't go out, and we have to take risk to score the winning goal. There can be sometimes a moment that you can concede a goal.
True. Yomi T from Instagram is in Port Harcourt. He said, my question is this. Are we, that's Nigerians, are we arrogant as Nigerians by asking too much from our Super Eagles players? Is it your duty to teach Simon Moses or Chukwueze how to cross the ball into the box with accuracy at this level? And if these players mentioned are not good at that important aspect of the game at this highest level, why do you still invite them to the Super Eagles?
So Moses Simon and Chukwueze are two wonderful players. This question is a little bit difficult to understand because they are doing so well. Chukwueze didn't play at all since now a few months. We missed him so much with his left foot, with his dribbles, with his decisive passes. So Simon Moses is doing very well in Nantes. I saw him playing 2 weeks ago in Bordeaux, another wonderful game. And this one can play offensively. He can play also on the 3-5-2 alone on the side because he's defending also very well. He has good corner kicks, the standard situations. It's also very important. The same for Chukwueze. And no, these two little players, perhaps this man who's asking the question doesn't like the small boys. He must be 1.85 m at least to come in the Super Eagles. I don't agree with it.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.